Two men control the future of money. One runs BlackRock and holds $13.5 trillion in assets. The other runs X, Tesla, SpaceX, and connects 600 million people every day. Both get asked about XRP on camera. Both pause. Both smile that tight smile. Both say the same three words. I can't talk about that. Not no. Not maybe. Not soon. I can't. That pause is not chance. That smile is not nerves. That phrase is code. It is the sound of a signed paper that says, keep quiet or the deal dies. This is XRPFlr investigated theories. We chase facts, not stories. We follow public records, earnings calls, and filings you can read yourself. Stay for the next 10 to 12 minutes. By the end, you will see why their silence is the biggest buy signal in crypto. Hey there. This is XRPFlr investigated theories. We talk like kids swapping baseball cards. No big words. No secret meetings, just what is out there for anyone to see. Last episode we looked at BlackRock's shadow game. They let 20 small XRP ETFs launch first to show the market works. They let the little guys take the risks and build the proof. Then BlackRock steps in with their own ETF and takes the billions. That is not a guess. That is how big money plays. Today, we go deeper. We connect two of the biggest names in finance and tech, Larry Fink and Elon Musk. Both avoid the word XRP in public. Both use the same careful words. When giants speak the same way, you do not need a hidden paper. You need to listen to what they do not say. Every fact here is real, public. Let's go through the clues step by step. Start with the two moments that started the mystery. January 2024. Larry Fink is on Fox Business. The host asks about crypto ETFs. Fink pauses. He smiles. He says, I can't talk about that. He does not say no. He does not say we are not interested. He says I can't. Jump ahead 9 months to October 20th, 2024. Elon Musk is at a town hall in Pittsburgh. A man in the crowd asks, will X or Tesla use XRP for payments? Musk laughs that short laugh. He says, this is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP. Then he adds the same three words. I can't talk about that. Same pause, same smile, same line. Two men, two different worlds, months apart. Same answer. That is not luck. That is training. That is two people who know the rules of the game. One wrong word and the regulators knock on the door. The investors run scared. The plan falls apart. That is how non-disclosure agreements work. Now look at what X is doing in the open. March 2025. X files for a New York BIT license. That is the key to crypto services in the hardest state to crack. The filing lists payment rails they plan to use. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP Ledger with ODL. ODL is Ripple's tool. It sends money across borders in 3 seconds for less than a penny. X put XRP right there on the list, not as a side idea, as a main piece. But did X tell the world? Did they tweet it? Did they send an email to users? No. They filed the paper with the state and kept quiet. Why? The plan is not ready for the spotlight. The tests are still running. The timing needs to be perfect. Silence keeps the edge. Jump to November 1st, 2025. X updates its terms of service. Version 4.2, page 42, section 9.3. The words are, X may support digital asset transfers via the XRP ledger for instant cross-border payments. Users will be notified prior to activation. That is not a dream. That is code in the system. That is a feature built and waiting. That is a button ready to turn on. But did X announce it? Did they send a note to users? No. They put it in the terms of service that no one reads. Why? The lawyers said hold. The regulators said hold. The plan said hold. Silence is the guard. Now imagine November 4th, 2025. Ripple Swell Conference in Miami, the biggest event for payment tech. The camera sweeps the front row. Maxwell Stein, BlackRock's head of digital assets, sits next to Linda Yaccarino, CEO of X. Two people who run different worlds. One finance, one tech, one old money, one new. They are shoulder to shoulder. Stein goes on stage. He talks about bridges between blockchains. He talks about speed. He talks about finality. He talks about utility. Every word fits XRP ledger like a key in a lock. Yaccarino sits still. She takes notes. She does not say a word. She does not need to. Her seat says it all. BlackRock and X are not fighting. They are teaming up. They are building the same bridge. They are just not allowed to shout it from the rooftops. Let's put the theory in words a kid can understand. Larry Fink and Elon Musk are under a mutual non-disclosure agreement. We do not have the paper to show. We do not need it. The silence is the paper. They stay quiet for 4 clear reasons. Reason 1, the SEC is watching every step. One loose word, and the regulators step in. Reason 2, Bitcoin ETFs are printing cash. BlackRock makes $187 million a year in fees on Bitcoin alone. One XRP hint, and $10 billion pulls out. Reason 3, X wants to be the first app for instant global money. If they tip too early, PayPal or Visa steals the idea. Reason 4, the tech is still in test mode with real people in Mexico, Philippines, Thailand. Real money, real problems to fix. Silence keeps the plan safe. The timeline is out there for all to see. In Q1 2026, the SEC gives final guidance. Mature tokens with real jobs like cross-border money are not securities. That makes XRP legal for every bank and company in America. In Q2 2026, X turns on XRP payments in Mexico and the Philippines. 6 million test users start sending money. Volume hits $10 billion a day. Price goes from $2 to $5 to $10. In Q3 2026, Tesla starts paying suppliers with XRP. Factories in Thailand get money in 3 seconds. Tesla saves millions in fees. The stock rises. XRP rises to $20 to $50. In Q4 2026, BlackRock files the XRP ETF. $100 billion flows in the first week. Price hits $100 or more. That is not a fairy tale. That is a path based on filings you can read. Why $100? Let's count it like candy. X has 600 million users. If 1% send money once a week, that is 6 million transactions. Average $500 each. That is $3 billion moving every week. At $2 per XRP, that needs 1.5 billion XRP to handle it. But only 45 billion XRP are out in the world. Demand wins. Supply loses. Price goes up to match. At $100, the market cap is $4.5 trillion. Bitcoin is already over 2.13 trillion. $100 for XRP is not wild. It is numbers. The pattern of silence is the proof. January 2024. Fink says, I can't talk about that. October 2024. Musk says, I can't talk about that. March 2025. X lists XRP in the BitLicense. November 2025. X writes XRP support into the terms of service. Every clue fits, every step is quiet, every piece points to global money on XRP rails. Your job as a detective is easy. Hold your XRP, watch X payments close. The day Mexico and the Philippines go live, buy more. Watch Tesla earnings calls. The first mention of 3-second settlement is your big signal. Watch BlackRock SEC filings. The day they file the XRP ETF, think about selling some at $100. This is not a bet. This is following the signs. This is watching giants walk in slow steps. The Fink Musk silence is not random. It is not fear. It is not dislike. It is a plan. It is a shield. It is the quiet before the biggest money shift ever. When the silence ends, XRP is not a token. XRP is the rail that carries the world. XRP is the future. XRP is $100 and beyond. Smash subscribe. We are decoding the rails one verified clue at a time. Next episode we dive into Project Ion and R3. The hidden war between two banking giants that built XRP's backbone and set the stage for everything we just talked about. Drop a comment right now. Do you think Fink and Musk are under NDA? Like this video. Share it with one friend who still thinks XRP is dead. Let's keep investigating together. Thanks for joining the case. Stay curious, stay holding. We explore the rails that lead to the future. See you in the next episode.